The Browns had 531 total yards of offense, and the Chargers had 493. What the fuck? like what the fuck? I don't get it. I don't get what happened to those defenses, because the Browns defense is scary. It is scary. And the Chargers defense is fast. Like, what happened? I don't even know. Entertaining as shit. If you like scoring, if you like drama, going down to literally the last minute and a half, crazy. Austin Eckler, utility man. 3 touchdowns in the last fucking 7 minutes of the game. Kareem Hunt, incredible. Nick Chubb, incredible. God, 47-42 Chargers. I don't have much more to say, because that game just, like, I don't know. I felt like when I was watching the highlights and the replay and shit, I felt like I was on, like, speed, because I, like, couldn't keep up with shit, and it was just going so fast. It's crazy. The next game I could keep up with, and that was the Cowboys 44, Giants 20. 6 for 7, Trevon Diggs with his sixth interception in the last 5 games.
So good.
You're seeing all these stats, and this is where I'm about to be a homer for a minute, that he's on pace to give up the most yards in the history of the NFL. I don't know where those stats are coming from. He's not on pace to give up 1,100 yards. If you go to Pro Football Reference and look at the unbiased stats, in 5 games he's given up 171 yards. That's 37 yards per game or something like that. So where is he going to get the most yards given up in NFL history? And also, you know this about me. I hate stats. Stats are one of the dumbest fucking metrics that get used. I know you have to use them, but eye test is so much more important than stats, because even if he is on pace to give up 1,190 yards or whatever it is, he hasn't given up a touchdown this season. What's the more important stat? He's given up all those yards, or people don't score on him? Like, rant over, I guess. But anyways, Dak Prescott, fucking incredible, man. He's so good. 302 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Really bad, really dumb interception on the fucking early on in the game. The offensive line for the Cowboys, PFF, is one of the worst fucking publications. It was one of the worst companies in the history of sports analytics. Because, have you watched the Cowboys games?
Only I think only the one fully through that was on Monday night or Thursday night or whatever.
Okay.
Then I've just seen them on like Red Zone.
They're saying that the Cowboys have the number 1 offensive line in the NFL, and Taylor Biadasz is terrible. And Connor Williams just lets literally everyone get through. Yeah, they're the number 1 offensive line in the NFL. Tyron Smith can't go a game without holding because he's old and getting beat. We're literally using a backup because our starting right tackle tried to bribe someone to not make him take a piss test.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, yeah, number 1 offensive line, no. That's just showing you how good Dak is at escaping pressure and knowing when he needs to run the ball. And also how good Ezekiel Elliott is at realizing he needs to stop running his route, get back into the backfield, and block for Dak. Because if you watched that Buccaneers-Cowboys game, they needed Zeke to block for Dak. There was one play where they had Shaq Barrett coming in on a blitz, and just Vita Vea is just so good that he shoved. He went to go run a route, realized it was a blitz, came back, fucking smacked Shaq Barrett, and then broke off of Barrett to help with Vita Vea, and Dak threw a touchdown. If Zeke's not there, Dak is dead. Like, dead. So, it's not that offensive line. It's Dak and everyone else picking up the slack where there are shortcomings. And you see it all over the field. That's why Cowboys are 4-1 right now. Michael Gallup gets hurt. I mean, are we missing him with Cedric Wilson playing as well as he is? Amari Cooper can't get open, but you know what? Blake Jarwin is doing everything he can to catch tough contested catches over the middle. Same with Dalton Schultz. It's like that Patriots mentality of everyone do your job and pick up slack of others, and it's working really well. But enough of my homerism. Cowboys 44, Giants 20. Some tough breaks for the Giants. Daniel Jones gets hurt. Concussion, really bad. Saquon Barkley and Jordan Lewis's feet just end up in the same spot at the same time. Saquon Barkley got the worst of it. Really.
Luckily low ankle, not a high ankle, so only a couple of weeks probably that he'll miss. So it's not a relief because I had a whole lot of Giants fans, ready to just, I don't know, it was a Harikari or something.
Galladay.
A big sigh of relief there for the team and for Giants fans.
Another Penn State guy. But Galladay also goes down with an injury. Kadarius Toney with one of the dumbest fucking things ever done in NFL history. He's in a shoving match with DeMonte KZ, and for whatever reason, he decides he's going to throw the weakest fucking punch in the history of punches. Barely grazes KZ's face mask. But you can't throw a punch. That's stupid. That is stupid. Especially when, if the Giants have any chance of coming back to win, it is on your shoulders, rookie. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, I mean, seeing it once, I'm like, okay, he's got some fight. If he keeps doing stuff like this, then it's definitely a problem. He looked very impressive for his time on the field. So if he can continue to improve on the field and not get into fights, then he'll be extremely valuable for the Giants. I suppose we'll see.
Yeah. Nope. And we're going to move on. Arizona Cardinals survive the San Francisco 49ers. Kyler Murray looked really impressive. I know it's really early to tell, but he's probably my favorite for MVP right now. He is so good. Cardinals 5-0. We'll talk about them in just a couple minutes. Anything more you want to add?
Trey Lance's first start, I think, right?
Yes.
No Jimmy G, so that was kind of cool. He didn't play great, but it was a very defensive game. It was another entertaining one, though, even though it wasn't very high scoring. It was very much a chess match, especially at the end there. So, fun to watch.
Yep. And we're going to transition from the Cardinals with this. Kyler Murray says he thinks that the Cardinals have the most explosive, most high-powered offense in the NFL. The Bills say, haha, hold my beer. As they trounce the Chiefs 38-20. God, the Bills are just so good. If I had to pick someone not named Kyler to be the MVP, it's Josh Allen. He does it all. He can throw it. He can run it. I bet if you let him booby mile it, he'll even kick the extra point. But yeah, the 4-1. The Bills move to 4-1. Chiefs fall to 2-3 on the season. Yeah. Pat Mahomes not looking like himself. 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But yeah, the Bills, they look very good.
Yeah, I mean the picks. One of them was like off of his own player dropping, hitting his own player in like the hands. The other one I think got tipped at the line, but obviously you want to avoid that if you're a quarterback,
especially when you're 6'4".
Yeah, Bills looked really good. The Chiefs, they just don't believe in running the ball at all, I guess, or maybe.
Well, Clyde Edwards-Helaire got hurt.
Yeah, I saw that, but even before he got hurt, he had 3 carries and he was playing until the second half. Bills, did their best to shut down Kelsey and make someone else beat them, and that worked pretty effectively. And the Chiefs' defense has been pretty sus and got very exposed by a high-powered offense like the Bills. So, Chiefs better be nervous about this. This is showing all of your issues, and if you can't clean up some of this, then you're in deep trouble.
Yeah, especially when you have a 1-loss Broncos team, you have a 2-loss Raiders team, and a 1-loss Chargers team. Where'd that 1 loss come from for the Chargers? Oh yeah, Dallas. I'm just rubbing it in everywhere I can lately. You've got to perform better when your opponents have a combined 4 losses for those 3 teams. The Bills have looked fantastic. The Chiefs not so much. Now we go to one of the sloppiest games all week, and that was the Ravens-Colts. Ravens, with a massive comeback, beat the Colts 31-25 in overtime. At halftime, Lamar had 106 passing yards. By the end of the game, he had 442. Carson Wentz, 400 yards. So this was a very high-powered, very explosive offensive game, not gain. Mark Andrews, of course I trade him away in fantasy. So I traded, because Alvin Kamara has been very suspect for me in fantasy, and Mark Andrews has been well below average. So I trade with John to get Darren Waller, and the running back I get back is Chase Edmonds, who's been overperforming. They combined for 10 points, and Mark Andrews goes for 44, and Alvin Kamara goes for 29. So my season is effectively done. But yeah, crazy. Not much more to say about this game. Lamar did what Lamar is supposed to do. Carson Wentz didn't look horrible. Still a bad quarterback.
Just a classic game of playing. Of when you stop playing to win and play not to lose is when you lose, and that's what the Colts did. They got an early lead, and then rather than keep going to score, they just tried to play it safe, and they lost. And that's exactly what's going to happen. If you're not trying to score, you're just going to, you're not playing to your best, and you're going to let the other team creep back in.
You mean 28-3?
Did that. Yeah, their defense, got really comfortable, and they didn't really adjust very much. And you have to adjust if you're facing, Lamar and Harbaugh. They're gonna adjust their scheme on both sides of the ball significantly if they're facing issues, and they did so. And Colts didn't. Great comeback win by the Ravens. It was very entertaining. And they got that dub.
All right. So that's everything that happened last week. Now I just want to quickly go through all of the teams fight between 3-2 and 5-0. And I just want one word, and then if we feel like we need to discuss it, we'll discuss it after. Just say either contender or pretender when I read their name. 4-1 Buffalo Bills, contender or pretender?
Contender.
I agree, contender. 4-1 Baltimore Ravens, contender or pretender?